Dickinson College, the first college chartered in the newly formed United States in 1783, is one of the oldest institutions of higher education in the country. As such, it has its fair share of haunted spots and restless spirits. Few on campus know that 50 Moreland, the current home of the Development and College Relations offices, used to be the Sarah Todd Nursing Home. Stories abound from the employees in the building of strange sounds and electronic malfunctions. Tammy Brush Campbell recalls strange events that she witnessed one night when she was working late on an upcoming alumni event. Tammy was in the conference room, formerly the infirmary, collating mailings and preparing flyers for events, when the speakerphone in the room suddenly came on and began emitting a garbled sound like staticky voices coming through a tunnel. She hastily punched the off button and turned off the telephone, but Tammy reports that it was back on within a few minutes at double the normal volume. After several vain attempts to turn it off a second time, she had to unplug it to stop the noise. A spooked Tammy fled to the phonathon room where the copy machine roared to life and began spitting out sheet after sheet of images with an eerie figure just visible through the thickly caked toner. Tammy fled the building and has since refused to return to work in the evenings. Heidi Hormel, class of 1985, recalls her days as a student in Dreyer Hall and the mysterious occurrences on the fourth floor. The legend, dating from the 1950s, goes that the ghost is that of the daughter of a wealthy businessman from Baltimore. The young lady was very unhappy because she was in love with a young man from a less well-to-do family, but her parents refused to allow them to marry at such an early age. She is believed to have been a first-year or sophomore. She was so upset by this that she killed herself by taking a lethal dose of rat poison. She is known simply as Julia to the students who still report hearing strange crying and wailing in the middle of the night on the fourth floor of Dreyer Hall, and occasionally feel an unexplainable cool breeze in the hallway. Pierce Bounds, class of 1971, remembers with a shiver the permanently locked door in East College, a former college dormitory, and now home of the English, Religion, and Classics departments. Speculation on campus is that this door remains forever locked because the room behind it is the home of a particularly nasty ghoul who, people believe, is the spirit of one of the young men who lived in the building and may have been killed when it burned to the ground in the 1900s. Rumors abound that the room is locked because more than one mysterious campus death has been attributed to this troubled spirit. Most people on campus have witnessed the ethereal lights that roam Old West. The oldest building on campus was, in its first life, used as a makeshift hospital during the Civil War. Countless soldiers died within what is now Memorial Hall, and their spirits still haunt the building, looking for closure on lives taken too early by the cruelties of war. Dr. Robert Massa, the Vice President of Enrollment and College Relations, refused to comment on any such hauntings in the area of his office, but his brusque and somewhat frightened response when asked seems to be a clear indicator why his office is always brightly lit when he works at night. Glenn Peterman, who has hence moved his office to the equally haunted Moreland building, recalls several sinister events on the fourth floor of Old West when he had his office there. He recalls late one night hearing thumps and bumps in the strange hollow space between his office wall and the outer wall of the building. Glenn's best estimate is that there is a 2 or 3 foot wide space between the outer wall and the wall of the office he used to occupy. He is unsure if there is any access to the space, but speculated that perhaps one of the campus's other permanently locked doors is hiding some sinister secret that lurks within the walls of Old West. Lastly, many a student headed to the hub from Adams, Dreyer, Morgan, or Whitworth late at night has reported meeting a pale female student at the crosswalk who talks pleasantly to them about the importance of looking both ways and not trusting the drivers on High Street. She always walks across the street with them, but she never seems to reach the other side, vanishing quietly and leaving the startled student to hurry to the safety of the hub alone.